welcome to YThrive Home. My name is Kaya, and in this video I will be leading you through an intermediate level yoga sequence focused on strengthening the core, including abdominals, back, and glutes. For this workout today, all you need is your yoga mat, something that's not going to slide on the floor, and yourself. Please remember throughout the sequence today that you should be listening to your body at all times, and if anything feels really uncomfortable or is causing you any pain, it's important that you ease off, take a break, or modify the exercise according to what feels best for you. Okay, let's get started. So we'll begin in an easy seated pose. Let's bring the shoulders up and back. We're rooting down through the sit bones and lifting up through the crown of the head to lengthen the spine. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose and a long, slow exhale through the mouth. When you're ready, we're going to begin to circle the rib cage around the pelvis. Begin with just small circles. We are exploring the spine here, noticing how everything feels in your back. And gradually make those circles just a little bit bigger. See how much movement, how much mobility you've got. And while you're doing this, you're trying to keep both sit bones rooted into the floor. Okay. You can play with your breath here, maybe inhaling as you come forward and exhaling as you circle around to the back, opening through the shoulders at the front, and then rounding through the back at the back. Come back into center here and start circling in the opposite direction, starting small at first and gradually getting bigger. Again, it's just an exercise to bring awareness into the spine and warm up the joints a little bit. Okay, and coming back to center. Let's set those shoulders. Take the right hand to the side, and we'll inhale, left arm straight up, lengthening through the spine, and exhale, bending into that right arm and lengthening through the left side of your body. Inhale, lift back to center, exhale, lower the left arm. Inhale, right arm up to lengthen, and exhale, bending over, lengthening through the right side of your body. Let's try this one more time on each side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arm down. Inhale, lift the left arm. Exhale, over. Feel that nice stretch through the left side of your body. Inhale, lift, and exhale down. Last time on this side. Inhale, lift, and exhale down. Let's take both arms up, and we'll press one hand in front of the other and simply open through the chest. We're going to drop those shoulders down and just gently press the hands back. Feeling a bit of a stretch through the chest. And try the other side. Good. Hands coming out in a W. Drop the shoulders, squeeze them together, and open through the chest. Wonderful. This time, just turn to the side so you can see. We'll set those shoulders, clasp the hands behind your back, and gently press those knuckles down towards the floor. If you've got space to do so, you can try lifting the hands away from your back to get a little bit more of a stretch. Don't worry if you're not able to lift the hands away. This will depend on how much mobility you've got in your shoulders. All right, and exhale, release. Let's come on to hands and knees. And we'll try 3 cat-cow sequences. So we've got both knees directly below each hip and hands directly below the shoulders with the fingers spread out below you. I'm going to loosen up the shoulders a little bit and then come back into all fours, into tabletop. Good. With your inhale, we're going to drop the belly down, lift the tailbone, and lift the crown of the head. And with your exhale, draw the belly button up, tuck the tailbone under, and drop the crown of your head towards the floor. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone and the crown. And exhale, lift the belly, drop the tailbone and the crown. Let's try this for one more inhale and one more exhale. coming back into a strong tabletop position. Good. Okay, so we're moving into bird dog here. We're going to take the right hand and the left leg and slide them out at the same time along the floor. So we're engaging through the core. We want to keep the torso nice and stable and only move the right arm and the left leg. Inhaling as we reach and exhale, come back. Let's try the other side. Left hand and right arm. Inhale, reach, and exhale, come back. Now you can stay there, sliding hand and foot along the floor, or you can inhale, reach, and then lift. Arm comes to ear height, and leg comes to hip height, keeping everything else stable. Exhale, come on down. Trying the other side. Inhale, reach. Lift if it feels okay. Holding here. And exhale, come on back down. Good. Now you can continue to alternate like this. Let's hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come on down. One more time with a hold on the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So you can continue to alternate like that, or you can add on what I'll show you next. I'm going to inhale, lift, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then taking the right elbow and the left knee, we're going to squeeze them together underneath the torso, and then inhale, reach out, 2 more times, squeeze, and reach, squeeze, and reach. Good. Let's bring those hands and knees back to the ground and try that on the other side. Reach and lift, holding here. When you're ready, let's take the elbow and knee together. Elbow and knee squeezing together, abdominals engage, and reach. Squeeze and hold, and reach. Squeeze and hold, and reach. Good, come on back down. Let's try that one more time on each side. Sliding out along the floor and lift. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's add that knee drive. Elbow and reach. Elbow to knee and reach. Elbow to knee and reach. Let's bring it right back down to the ground. Other side. Elbow to knee and reach. Good. And come on back down. Wonderful. So let's roll out those shoulders a little bit. Just shake them out if they built up any tension. We'll tuck the toes under here. And let's lift the knees just slightly off the ground. So they're going to hover about 1 or 2 inches off your mat. I'm just going to hold here. Notice how the abdominals engage. Hold. And release. Good. Give your toes a break. We'll try that again. Tuck the toes under, and if that bothers your toes, you can always do it just on the tops of your foot as well. Lift and hold. And release. Take a little break. Try that one more time. We're going to hold for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Take a break and release. This time we're tucking those toes under. We're going to lift the knees off the ground, and then using your hands, you're going to push the mat away from you. Take your hips over your ankles, and then lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Okay, you may want to take your hands just a little bit wider than shoulder width, and your feet are hip width apart. We're coming into our downward dog. We're just walking those heels to the ground one at a time. Good, bending both knees, and then relaxing both heels towards the ground. Good, we're gonna bring knees down, hover them over the mat. Come forward, still hovering. Push back into the crouch position, and lift into downward dog. Bring the knees down into a hover. Come forward, onto the hands, still hovering. Press back, and lift into downward dog. Let's try that one more time. Knees down. Come forward into that hover. Press back, and lift. Holding here, 3 breaths. Okay, let's bring the weight forward. Knees can come a little bit wider than hip width apart, big toes together, and sitting back over your heels in child's resting pose. Your arms can stack one over the other, forehead resting on the forearms, or you can reach the arms out in front and rest your forehead on the mat for 3 breaths. Okay, and this time we're going to come down onto our belly on the mat. So let's take our weight forward, moving into spinal extension. So if you did the beginner video, you'll be familiar with this one as well. I'm going to take the hands just a little bit in front of the shoulders, and we'll add a little bit of extra challenge to this today. So again, we're not putting too much weight into the hands. We're going to peel the chest off the mat using the strength of our muscles in the back. So we're lifting here, back of the neck stays nice and long, and as I said, I can take my hands easily off the ground because I'm not putting any pressure into them. I'm holding here, and I'm going to lower back down. Lift and hold, and lower, lift and hold. Now if I want, I can lift my arms into that cactus or W position here and add a little bit of extra challenge. Good. And release. Let's try that one more time. I'm going to lift and hold. If I want to take the arms up, I can. And if I'd like to add just a little bit of extra challenge, I'm going to inhale the arms up. And exhale, I'm keeping my chest lifted off the floor as I'm moving those arms. And I'm going to keep breathing as I do this movement. Two more times. Again, we don't want to feel any pain or pinching in the back. If that's the case for you, you'll want to take a break. And slowly lower down. Wonderful. Pushing back up. And let's come into child's resting pose one more time for 3 breaths. Okay, so we'll move into plank. Coming into a knee plank to begin with. You may want to have a little bit of extra padding under your knees here, just so that it feels okay on your knees. Otherwise, I'm coming to rest just above the kneecap. I don't want to be putting direct pressure on the kneecap itself, but I'm here in a plank position from the knees. If this bothers your wrists, you can always come down onto your mat on your forearms instead and that'll take the pressure off of your wrists. All right, so I'm gonna start here. We're starting with both knees on the ground. And what we're gonna do is alternate one leg at a time going into a full plank position. So I'll take left leg down, right leg down, left knee, right knee. Then right leg straight, left leg straight, right knee down, left knee down. Left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left. Now you can continue that same sequence, left, left, right, 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 left, left, or come on up and hold your full plank for 10 seconds. Got 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring the knees down and sit back, lengthening in child resting pose. Okay, let's come on forward. We'll go into our side plank. So once again, starting with the knee plank, and then we'll add on with some extra challenge. So for the knee plank, the bottom knee is bent 90 degrees. That foot is bent backwards. The knee, hip, and shoulder are all in alignment with the long edge of the mat. Okay, and the top leg is going to be straight. I'm going to roll the shoulder back, create some space between my bottom shoulder and my neck and my ear. We don't want to be dumping into that shoulder joint. So I'm going to press into that elbow, and I'm going to imagine that somebody's lifting my hips off the ground, just like this. So I can hold this here, or I can take my arm up, or I can add some dynamic breathing. Now option 2 is going to be to scissor the leg. So the top leg will come forward, bottom leg will straighten out, and I'll be resting on the edges of my feet. So the inside edge of the top foot and the outside edge of the bottom foot. Same kind of idea. I'm going to lift those hips up and hold here. Okay. So if you'd like, you can hold here, or you can add some dynamic breathing. I'm going to reach down and lift, down, and lift. 2 more times. And 1 more. All right, lowering down. Let's try the other side. Okay, so setting up, elbows below the shoulder. Again, I can start with my knee plank if I want, or I can go straight into the scissor. Pressing my hand into the floor, aligning my knee, hip, and shoulder with the long edge of my mat, pressing down so that I'm creating length through the shoulder and the neck. Okay, I'm going to show the scissor version here, lifting up, and I can hold my hand here, here, or use that dynamic movement, reaching under, and lift, under, and lift. 1 more, and come on down. Beautiful. And this time rolling over onto your back. So we've got both shoulders flat against the ground. And heels are coming back towards your sit bones. We're going to lift hips up towards the ceiling and hold here for a moment, continuing to breathe. You don't want to feel any pain or pressure in the neck here. And slowly lower down. Okay, so let's try 3 lifts and lowers. Lifting up, and lower. Just tap your bum to the ground, lift, and lower, and lift, and lower. This time we're gonna lift and hold. Lift and hold here. Now let's see if we can create some stability, maintain it here in the hips. We're gonna lift one foot off the ground at a time. I'm gonna lift here and lower. Try not to shift the hips. Lift and lower. Lift. And other side. Good. This time, let's lift, and we'll lower the hips down, and lift, lift. 2 more times. Good. And lift. Let's drop that heel to the ground. Try the other side. Lift. And then lower the hips. Lift. 3 more times. 2. And last one. Good. Taking your heel to the ground and lowering the hips, drawing both knees into your chest. Let's rock side to side, forward and back, circling the knees around. Okay, now you can either roll over onto your side and make your way back up to seated, or let's take your hands just behind your knees. We're gonna rock, taking care not to rock onto the neck, and roll your way up to seated. It's kind of fun. Okay, so our last pose today, we're going to play with boat pose. So we're sitting with both feet flat on the ground, and we want to create some length through the spine here, okay? My hands will come back just behind my knees, and I'm gonna lean back. I wanna keep my shoulders set, but I'm gonna lean back, so I'm creating this V position with my torso and my legs. So to begin, we'll practice lifting one leg off the floor, and then lower, other leg, and lower, lift, and lower. See if you can start to take some of the pressure off of your hands. Lift and lower one more time. Lift and lower. Let's come back up, take a little break. Good, come on back. This time we're gonna lift one leg and then lift the other. Hold it here. Good. Hold it here. Now, if you want to challenge yourself here, let's try taking one hand off and on, other hand off and on. Good. Keeping those abdominals engaged. Nice. Now, can we do both hands? Hold it here. You may start to feel a bit of an earthquake in your body. That's okay. Hold it here. You don't want to feel any pain or pressure in the low back. If you're feeling that, definitely hold on. And let's lower down. Round out the back momentarily. And come back up. Let's try this one more time. Okay. So you choose the variation that you want to do. You can lean back and just practice lifting one leg at a time. You can lift both legs with your hands on your legs. You can hold here with the hands out here, or you can try adding a little bit of an opening. Good. Hold it here. Reach. Reach. Good. One more time. And hands back. Lower the feet. Coming up. Excellent work. That's tough. Let's lower down nice and easy to the floor. Stretch out from the tips of your fingers down to your toes. And you can either roll over onto your side and come up to seated, or if you want to try that rock one more time, it's up to you. Okay. That concludes our yoga practice for today. Thank you so much for joining me for this yoga for core sequence. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit like and don't forget to subscribe to YThrive at Home. Thanks for joining. Namaste.